Right, so here we have Super Rugby round 9 with the Blues and the Crusaders. And I thought this was just a really interesting one, just looking at the last analysis, I think from round 4 with the Crusaders versus the Chiefs. So I think, yeah, long story short, I think it took the Crusaders, I think led by Richie, 17 minutes to break down the defense and come up with a workaround. And it took exactly, or more or less exactly the same amount of time in this game as well. So I thought it was just really interesting to see, the build up to that. Similarly as we saw with that round 4 game, just in terms of how they did it. So I think the first 2 clips we can kind of see in terms of the attack shape, the option that the Crusaders are throwing with David Havili. So basically he's coming in here and he's given, I think he's usually giving like an outside tip to this player. So what that means is that that's something, I guess, that they're building into that expectation of the Blues. And probably most importantly, or not most importantly, but importantly is with one of those players, you've actually got the winger coming around and he's giving him a little ball on the outside. So that kind of looks like a bit of a play where they've got that winger coming in to get like a wraparound ball. So that's the first one with David Havili. So in the attack, Havili is operating as a tip player and looking to distribute. So that's kind of the first thing that we pick up on. And then probably the second thing that we pick up on in those later clips is that we see basically Richie Mo'unga out the back. So they've got their 10 out the back, and in all of those plays, it's basically if is basically that's the attack option that they've got. So it's either running attack or kicking attack. So I think there's 2 or 3 times where either the ball gets tipped back or it goes straight back, and there's either a kick from Richie, or there's one instance where it comes out the back door and then he runs it. So either way, the signal that they're giving to the Blues is that when Richie's out the back, he's going to be getting the ball to either kick or attack.
Stages of the game, but now Richie Mo'unga goes for the kick and gets it. There's a big threat coming in off the wing. Mo'unga now onto it, gets a rocket ball away to coming for Hall. That's really good defence on Cullen Grace, met with force on the advantage line. Now out the back of it, Mo'unga, well read by Alot. Scrum, holding it first, now they start to go backwards. Ball comes away off the back, Cullen Grace, good tackle made by Robinson, but the referee's playing advantage here to the Crusaders. Mo'unga kicks out towards the wing, Barrett's there. Come back. And maybe one of the reasons they do get to
That means we've kind of built 2 expectations. So the first one is Havili coming through that channel kind of there, that 10-12 channel there as a tip option, and then Richie coming out the back is usually kind of a kick option over to the corner, and probably most importantly is in one of those clips, and I can't remember what time it was at, but basically the Blues picked that and they came through and they caught Richie out the back when he was trying to clear the ball. So I think that was for them a bit of a confidence boost to them from a defensive point of view, because they'd kind of figured it out and closed them down. But I think probably played well into the Crusaders' hands, because as we often see, Richie Mo'unga is pretty good at pulling this stuff apart. So basically, these two things happen, and then as said, similarly to round 4, it's kind of that 17-minute mark where they all not the same move, but like a similar approach where they're getting Will Jordan, or in round 4 it was Havili on the outside. In this instance, it's Will Jordan, but effectively the way that the play works is we've got I think it's the winger, I think it's Severies comes into the playmaking role. We've got Richie back here, Havili, and I think we had maybe 1 or 2 other players out here. But effectively that ball comes out, and I guess that the Blues players there. So basically we've got these 3 players here shoot up on that angle to close off this channel, which is really good. They do a good job of it. And then we've got this player coming across back here, and similarly we saw from that earlier move, we've got the 10, so we've got Barrett over here ready for that cross kick. So they come in, and I mean, if it did go back door, then they'd probably be able to shift that pretty easily. But instead, they set themselves up for a failure, because we get this player running in here. So we go from the 10 to the 12, and then we get Will Jordan coming up, and then just a really nice, I don't know if it went across the face, really nice ball on the outside. And then we get this player coming in here to try and close that out. But by then it was way too late. This player here is coming across to cover, but by then, that player gets over the line and scores the try.